A 12-year-old boy vomited for 2 months, and his parents says doctors at NUH still sent him home with just a blood test and a single dose of medicine. This story is now causing outrage online after a parent in Singapore accused National University Hospital, or NUH, of dismissing her son's condition despite weeks of unexplained vomiting. The mother, who asked to stay anonymous and used the name Susan, said her 12-year-old son had been vomiting persistently for about 2 months. She said things got worse in December 2025, after multiple visits to their usual GP did not solve the problem. So on the 27th of December, her husband and their domestic helper brought the boy, Colin, to NUH accident and emergency. Colin has nonverbal autism, and Susan said that made hospital visits especially difficult because staying too long could trigger a meltdown. According to her, the doctor at the A&E allegedly refused to prescribe medicine to stop the vomiting, saying children should just vomit it out. She claimed only a basic blood test was done, not to find out what caused the vomiting, but just to check if Colin was stable. After a long discussion, a second doctor, said to be more senior, was consulted. In the end, Colin was given 1 dose of medication and then discharged. Susan admitted the medication reduced the vomiting, but said it did not stop fully. Her son was still vomiting up to once a day. Then came the follow-up appointment that made things even worse. A specialist consultation at NUH Pediatric Gastro Clinic was arranged for the 12th of January. Colin was again brought in by his father and helper. Susan alleged the consultation lasted only about 2 minutes. She claimed the specialist responded to concerns about Colin being severely underweight by saying he should be fed more bananas to grow. She said the doctor only briefly touched Colin's stomach, then told the family to continue observing him. No explanation was allegedly given on what was causing the vomiting for 2 months, and there was also no discussion of further tests, including procedures like an endoscopy. Stunned by the short visit, Susan said her husband and helper didn't even manage to ask why no further investigation was needed. On the same day, Susan called NUH's feedback hotline. She claimed the hotline operator had a poor attitude and could only say the matter would be escalated, without details or timeline. After pushing for answers, she was told NUH would respond in 14 days, but later shortened it to 2 days. Susan requested either a refund of fees or a free specialist consult, saying the family suffered wasted time, leave taken, transport costs, and emotional distress. On the 13th of January, she said she spoke to another patient relations officer who kept asking if the vomiting medicine from the A&E visit had resolved the issue. Susan said it improved things, but did not stop completely. According to her, NUH responded that the specialist felt Colin's condition was well, and based on the assessment, there was no urgent need for more tests. NUH offered another specialist consultation, but Susan said the earliest slot was 7 weeks later, which she described as ridiculous, fearing her son could worsen. And when she raised concerns, she claimed she was told she could go to another hospital if she wanted. She also said no referral letter was offered at that point, and she later obtained one through her GP. Then the situation took a serious twist. Susan later updated that on the 15th of January, after Colin's vomiting worsened, he was taken to KK Women's and Children's Hospital, or KKH. There, doctors did an X-ray and found a sharp foreign object inside his stomach. He was hospitalized and awaiting treatment. However, Susan also noted doctors have not confirmed if the foreign object is the actual cause of the 2 months of vomiting, and investigations are still ongoing. NUH has since responded to the allegations. An NUH spokesperson said the hospital reviewed the case and stated that the child was assessed by a senior consultant on the 12th of January who carried out a detailed clinical assessment. NUH said the boy was stable, had no symptoms requiring urgent investigation or admission, and caregivers reported improvement at the time. For the earlier A&E visit, NUH said a thorough evaluation including blood tests was done, and while no urgent treatment was needed, admission was offered but declined by the caregiver. NUH added that it has reached out to the family to provide clarification and understand their concerns, and patient relations officers will continue engaging the family to seek an amicable resolution. This case is triggering a bigger question many families fear asking. When a child is suffering, how do we know if it's truly stable or simply not serious enough for action yet? So here's my question to you. If you were the parent, would you accept, wait and observe, or would you demand more tests immediately? If you want more real Singapore stories like this with deep breakdowns, hit like, share, and subscribe to 2230.